Hi, I'm JoAnna, and I'm co-high priestess of North Wildwood Coven.
And I'm Denise, co-high priestess of North Wildwood Coven.
Today, we're going to talk about what is a Sabbat and what is the difference between a Sabbat and an Esbat. In Wicca and in our tradition of witchcraft, in the North Wildwood tradition, we celebrate 8 Sabbats. And Sabbats are seasonal celebrations, rituals that mark our place along the wheel of the year. And that's our cycle of a year of time. So if you imagine the wheel of the year as a wheel with 8 spokes, there are 8 different celebrations that happen at different parts of the year, roughly about 6 weeks apart from one another. Our beginning of the year and end of the year is Samhain, which is equivalent to Halloween in modern culture. And each of those seasonal cycle celebrations allows us as individuals and as a coven, as a group, to orient ourselves with nature and to sort of put ourselves into right relationship with the seasons of wherever it is that we happen to be living. In the modern day, it can seem like connecting with nature isn't something we have to think so much about. We can sort of ignore what's happening outside of our houses because we have heating systems. We can generally get food, even if it's out of season. But that doesn't mean that the cycles of nature do not have a very strong impact on us psychologically and spiritually. We are always reliant on Mother Nature for everything in our lives. And that has to do not only with the connecting with the seasons of the year itself, if we live in a 4-season area, but also the seasonality of our own lives. So if I'm thinking about starting a new project, I might be in that early beginning phase of just planning, of like that winter time of dreaming about it and putting ideas into some sort of form. And then I might need to steward that idea through the ideas of spring equinox and actually plant seeds and follow nurturing it and actually giving it the life force that it needs through the summer months of its growth. And maybe at a certain point, that project in my life is coming to an end. And there's that period of endings that is fall and leading into winter of stillness. So everything in our lives follows these cycles. And when we are aligned with the Sabbats, it helps us to both see our own lives, to see the lives of other people, and to see nature itself in a more full form.
You have the Sabbats, which is the large overarching cycles that we go through in our lifetime. And then you have Esbats, and those are done monthly. And sometimes you do a new moon or a full moon or a dark moon, waxing, waning, any number of times that you can do it. But Esbats are smaller celebrations. So if you think about the Tarot, for those of you who are familiar with it, the major arcana are like the Sabbats. They are the large cycles that we go through, and it is something that we cannot avoid. It is what our life events that occur, like birth and death, and also rebirth. Then you have the minor arcana, and that's like an Esbat. Those are smaller everyday things that we go through, but they're still somewhat tied to the larger Sabbats, but they are smaller workings that we can do, spells that we can do to help get us in tune with, what we want to do. So taking JoAnna's idea of, I'm going to start with the seeds, it could be that, you celebrate the Sabbat with planting seeds, but then your Esbat within that same time frame will be spell work to bolster that and to make sure that all of those workings occur.
Yes, so the Sabbats really are that overarching larger picture, those big spokes in all of our lives and in things that happen to us or we want to have happen to us. But then the Esbats are kind of the energy that we can put into it in more individualized ways that can help bring about the goals that we want or the changes that we need.